Hi there. Welcome to the game store. How can I help you? Sure, I can definitely help you with that. So are you shopping for specific items? Okay, great. Just bring up our system here. And you have a list of the items? You do. Perfect. Okay, so let's see. Lots of good games. Have you played all of these? So these are recommendations from friends. Yeah, I think we do have most of these in the store. So I can definitely grab them for you. First, let me just give you a few details. Have you been here before? Okay. So we do have games here for almost all consoles. For the older consoles, obviously depends on what we have traded in. So our inventory changes weekly. But we can also place holds on things, find different games you might be looking for. So feel free to give us a call if you ever need anything in particular. And if you're considering purchasing a console or just want to know more about a specific game, I can definitely take the time to teach you about it. So why don't you go browse, and then I'm going to work on getting the games on this list. And then as soon as you're finished, just meet me back up here at the front desk and we can talk about the games. Okay? Alright, I'll see you soon. Back already, I see. Wonderful, and you did grab a few things. Good. So I was able to find everything on your list, and obviously everything is mostly used. We do have a few new items as well that are brand new sealed, so I can show you those. And just to confirm, you said you don't know about all these games? Okay. So what I can do is just give a brief synopsis if that works. Then you can see if you'd actually like to purchase or maybe pass. I think I'm going to break everything up by console just so it's a little bit easier for me to explain. So let me just move this aside. And we can get started. So I was thinking maybe I would first show you the Nintendo Switch games. So like I said, I was able to find all the ones you requested. So let's see, 3 of these are sealed, brand new, and then the other 2 are used. So the price will be a little bit different. Alright? So why don't we start off with this first one. Now, have you ever played a Zelda game before? Okay, so a long time ago. Well, there are plenty of Zelda games to choose from. And if you're interested in a newer one, I would choose Breath of the Wild. So Breath of the Wild is an amazing open world game. Beautiful, beautiful graphics. And you don't have to have played any other Zelda games to play this. It's a completely new adventure. And it's a great time to play this now, because the second Breath of the Wild game is coming out this May. So the main character is Link, right there. And there's a similar story to all of the Zelda games, where he has to rescue Zelda. She's on the back right here. So you can kind of play this game however you want, and that's why I love it. So for example, if you want it to be relaxing You can just maybe do a few side quests, explore the world, or if you want it to be more exciting, challenging, there are plenty of adventures to be had, and definitely challenging parts too, so definitely worth it, whether you're a Zelda fan or not. Just a great game. Now next is BioShock. Now you had the first game on your list, but you had noted you wanted it for Switch, so let me first tell you that the Switch version has all 3 BioShock games on it. So we do have the Xbox versions if you want them as well. So I just figured I'd show you. The first one, the second one. The second one has a nice holographic cover. And then the third one, BioShock Infinite. These are very inexpensive games, so if you would want to pick them up for Xbox, we do have them. They're obviously all used. Or, if you want to stick with the Switch, you can get all 3 on this version. So, BioShock, they're all first-person shooter games, and they're centered in dystopian worlds. They are amazing games, really good stories. I personally think that 1 and 2 are my favorite, but they're all very good. This also has DLC on it. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but like I said, if you like games with a really good story or games with a really good twist, then definitely at least play the first BioShock game. It's very, very good. So next up is The Witcher, which is another great game. Really good story. Here is Geralt of Rivia right on the front. Really good characters, a lot of good side quests, and it's open world. So you will have plenty and plenty of hours playing this game, especially since there is DLC as well, which I actually have not even gotten to yet. Many, many hours of fun. So, I'm a fan of the Witcher books, and I must say the game is very good. So, definitely a good pick for Switch if you like open world games. And then you had mentioned Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, so I did pull both of them for you. These are both sealed, not opened, so here they are. Are you a Pokemon fan? Yeah. Yeah, me too. I've only ever played Diamond. I've not played Pearl yet. Here's the back of Shining Pearl. These games are pretty popular in the store, but not our best selling. But if you're a Pokemon fan, it's at least worth checking them out. Here is Brilliant Diamond on the back. And if you liked the DS versions, it's always fun to be able to play on the Switch now, so you can check those out as well. And I think that's all you had for Switch on your list, correct? Okay. So let's move on to Xbox next. So why don't we start with Skyrim? So Skyrim is one of the most popular open world games. Here's the front. set in a fantasy world, so you have dragons, tons of side quests, funny NPCs, lots of character customization, and truly just a beautiful soundtrack. Sometimes I just listen to the soundtrack on YouTube when I'm trying to concentrate, because it really just is so beautiful. So this comes with the manual, and I forgot to mention the BioShock games are all complete as well, and then none of the Switch games have manuals, so it has the manual. Like I said, you can play this game for hours and hours and hours and still have things that you can do. It's also fun to replay as well. It just doesn't get boring. I just wanted to open this map that it came with, so it looks like this has not ever been hung up or anything, so could be a cool item to have. And put this away. So yeah, actually those are 3 of my favorite open world games: Skyrim, The Witcher, Breath of the Wild. There's plenty more, but definitely 3 good choices. So set this aside. Next up is Elden Ring. Have you played Elden Ring? No. So Elden Ring is another open world game, but what I'll say is it's a little bit more challenging than the other ones I mentioned. So have you ever played a Dark Souls game? So Dark Souls games are very challenging as well. So I'll just say that it takes a lot of patience. But if you're one of those people that like to be challenged and kind of figure out how you can get overpowered early perhaps in a game, or just challenge yourself to get better, Elden Ring might be for you. And with any open world game, you can find new weapons, new armor, tons and tons of bosses, and you can just get lost in the world. So why don't we move on to Nintendo 64 next? And I'm assuming you have that console. Alright, perfect. So there were 2 games on your list. First one is a classic. So, GoldenEye 007. Did you play this when you were younger? So obviously, you do play as James Bond, and it's a first-person shooter. And it's not like the first-person shooters you might play today. It's definitely older graphics, obviously, but again, it's a classic. So fun to play with friends, and fun missions, especially for when it came out. Kind of opened the world to first-person shooter games and multiplayer games, so it's a good one to have. And I can see that this needs cleaned a little bit, so I can do that for you if you decide to purchase it. Alright? And then I was so excited about this one. So, another Zelda game, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So this game is so good. And I'm pretty sure any Zelda fan will agree with that. It's a believe it came out in 1998. If you play it now, you'll probably think the graphics are not that great, especially if you play Breath of the Wild first. But it's worth it. Again, a really, really good story. And the gameplay is fun, the adventure is amazing. It's just one of the best games of all time, in my opinion. So, I would recommend having this in your collection if you're interested. And then I knew you only had one Wii game, so why don't we look at that next? So yes, Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition. So I haven't played this in a long time, but if I recall correctly, this one was better in my opinion than the GameCube version. It was because of the controls. So I think the Wii controls made it easier to shoot enemies. Are you a fan of the Resident Evil games? So yeah, I would pick this one up. I don't think this is very expensive, so let's see. Leon is a U.S. agent. Mission to rescue the president's daughter. Okay. Yeah, I might have to replay this. It's been a while, but it's definitely a good one. Alright, so next, I know you only had one Super Nintendo game on your list, and it's a good one. So here's our copy of Super Mario RPG. And this is definitely a good one. So it kind of started that unique humor in Mario games that you'll see in other ones. And it's a really fun story, good gameplay. This particular copy is in good condition. So lots of different characters and just a favorite for the Super Nintendo. And while we are on the topic of Mario, one of my favorite games, and it actually was not on your list, but I just wanted to show it to you anyways. So, Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door. A fantastic GameCube game. I'll show you up close because I love the artwork. Obviously everybody looks like they are paper. So it's an amazing RPG. Very, very funny dialogue, good plot, and a really good turn-based battle system. So I personally prefer this game definitely over the newer Paper Mario that came out for Switch. The Origami King. Everybody has their own opinion about games, but that's just mine. Of course, you have the manual, and this is helpful because obviously, if you haven't played GameCube in a long time, you might need to refer to this to learn the controls. Although these days, you could just look it up on YouTube, but it's kind of fun to have this for nostalgia purposes. You can even read how to start the game. So that's why I love having manuals. Just really fun to look at. So I know you had Super Mario Advance on your list, And I'm assuming you're a Game Boy Advance fan? Okay. So we do have this copy right here. Obviously, it's really cool that it's in a box. There it is. And let's just open it up. Right now, this is going for, I believe, $50. It is not sealed, but it still does come with the box. So. Definitely cool to own if you are a collector. And it does come with just some other little things here. Game Boy player ad, which we do have a Game Boy player if you'd be interested. And then of course your little manual here, which is a cute size. So, like I said, unfortunately we don't have any loose copies right now, but it might be fun to have this instead. And then lastly, so I know you wanted a DS. So we do have a DS in this case, which is used but not terrible condition. So let me just show you. So this is actually a DS Lite. We did have a regular DS, but it just sold yesterday. So it's going to come with the case and the charger, of course. So here it is. And this, again, can be cleaned. I know that it looks a little bit worn, but it is tested and in great condition. So here's the front cover, and then the back. Then we have the power button. As you can see, it turns right on. And it does also come with a pen. It's funny, I actually was not really a fan of the DS. It's kind of after my time, if you can say that. I was more of a Game Boy fan. But obviously, you have all your controls here. They look to be working. So yeah, you do have Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings, and we'll just give that to you for free if you purchase. I don't think that game's worth anything. And then I know you were interested in any Pokemon games we have. So right now we just have one in stock, and it is Pokemon Soul Silver for the Nintendo DS. So here it is. The only thing I will say is right now it's a little bit expensive. It's actually selling for about $100. So just keep that in mind. But again, since you seem to like Pokemon, it could just be a good collector's piece. You can see the booklet, the game. And let's see, it's actually a pretty thick manual here. Seems like it has a lot of information in it. So, yep, it shows you how to get started. Shows you how to play the game, catching Pokemon, how to battle, tons of different stuff. So here we go. And it shows you all of the gym leaders as well. So again, be worth picking up. Well, I'm going to just get my computer set up again and we will figure out what you'd like to purchase. Okay, so what were you thinking of purchasing? Wild. Alright, so that's selling for $39 right now. And Elden Ring. That's selling for $40. Actually, $45. And what else? Ocarina of Time. I know that's going for $30. And then Resident Evil. Okay, I think that's only a few dollars. So $5 is not bad at all. And then what about the DS? Okay, so just the DS with the case. No Pokemon game. So I can sell that to you for $80. Okay, you want to do that? So then your grand total would be $199 for everything. Would you like to pay with cash or card? Card? Perfect. Look here. And let me just swipe it. Oops. Didn't go through, so let me do it again. Okay, perfect. There you go. And you are all set. So Breath of the Wild, and then Elden Ring, Ocarina of Time, Resident Evil, and then the DS. Alright? So here are all of the items. Would you like a bag? You have one? Perfect. There you go. And you are all set. So I hope you enjoyed your time here at the game store. Feel free to come in at any time. We're always getting new things traded in, and we're also keeping up to date with all of the new games as well. So always give us a call if you're looking for something in particular. Alright? Well, thanks so much for coming in, and I hope to see you again soon.